Hey, welcome YouTube. Welcome to another episode of Complete Tech Review. Today I'm going to do a quick review of the best apps for the month of September. So without further ado, I'm going to list out 5 best apps for the month of September. So to start off, the first one is Peak. This one is basically a mind workout game. It has different unique puzzles, different games, small games, which ensures that your mind is worked out properly, and it has different modes, settings, and it also shows out your performance, how you're doing on a day-to-day basis. To start off, I will show you a small game. So this is the app. By the way, this is free on Android store. So right now I am playing the first game. Again, this is a puzzle game, as I said, and the game which is currently which I'm playing is Baggage Claims. So you need to remember the list of airports or terminals or airports that were being put forward, and then memorize that, and then later go ahead and select that in midst of another game. So let me quickly show you a sample. Budapest, Moscow, Marseille. So this is a small game within the game. Here it's telling me to arrange the labels in alphabetical order. So let me quickly arrange the labels. And I've completed the first level, and now I have to remember what I've initially the game prompted for the terminals, and that is Budapest, Moscow, and Marseille. There you go. So like that, this is an interesting game. It suggests that if you want to keep your mind active, take up new challenges, keep your memory in check, improve your concentration levels, etc., etc. This is the best game that I would say to work out your brain. So the next app that I have for the month of September is CCleaner. I know that there in the App Store there are many apps which are currently there, which helps in cleaning the junk, the catchy memories, and all the unwanted folders in your phone. But this specific app, the CCleaner, is not, I would say it's not an intense app, but it is a very light app which does the job, which goes ahead and deletes all the unwanted cache which is built up on your phone, and as well as cleans all the unwanted malware items or folders which are there on your phone. So this is how the app looks. I'm going to do an analyze, and currently it's analyzing my storage as well as my RAM to kill unwanted applications. And if you see, it clearly shows up that the cache that I have built up for a total of 7 apps is 22 MB. My history, browser history, folders, I have 32 empty folders, and currently 0 processes running in the background. So I can go ahead and just clean this, and voila. So it's a pretty nice app. It and a very light app. It is only 9 MB to download, and I feel it is a very light app that you can use instead of picking up apps which are much heavier and always keep running in the background. I have put a small shortcut for this, so if you want to also look at that, so here's the shortcut. I've activated it, and in the background it does go ahead and clean the item of the memory, closes my applications, and also cleans the unwanted cache files which has been built up. So a pretty good app. And the next app that I have in my list, the third one, is Shouter. This also is a very good and interesting app. This helps me in ensuring that all my notification, my missed calls or my calls are being read out. This helps me when I am doing other works and I am not closer to the phone, and this app helps me in notifying or telling me what all that I've received as a notification, or is who's calling me, etc., etc. And it does it in a very, very simple and a minimalistic way. If you see the layout, you just have to enable Shouter. It will also has the silent profile where you can mute it, and at that time this app would mute itself. It will not read out any notification, and it has a list of applications for which you can go ahead and enable Shouter. So as you can see, I have selected around like 15 applications for which I want the application to read out notification, and it also interestingly gives me a prefix of saying what the notification should say. So like for example, it reads out as Kevin, you have a notification from XYZ. So that's a pretty nice feature. It almost feels like an Iron Man Travis who's going to read out notification. And it's a pretty good app. Let me show you the shortcut for that. If you can see this, there's an on-off button over here, and I will quickly go ahead and show you a demo. I am actually calling from another mobile.
Incoming call from Anu. Incoming call from Anu.
So as you can see, it nicely reads out even Indian names, and that was my wife who was calling me. So that was a pretty nice notification which I like to hear. And I can keep my mobile phone in my house, and I can do my things, and still I can make sure that the notifications are not being missed out. So pretty good app. Request you to just check it out. And the fourth app that I have is also a very interesting and a useful app, and that is called Twilight. Yes, it's not the movie Twilight, but it's an app Twilight. Basically, this is a helpful app for people who are mostly reading out books, magazines in the night. Basically, this app puts a glare in the screen to ensure that the white pixels which are there on the screen is not impacting your retina or your eye, and thereby making sure that your sleep time is further not reduced. So Twilight, it is has a couple of features in it. Like for example, it has different filters where you can set it up from when you want the twilight setting to go on and off. It has the color temperature, what you want to prefix, and the intensity of the dimness. The screen dimness also is something that you can set for, and once you have put the settings, you can go ahead and activate it. So like so you can see that there's a slight tint of redness which covers the screen and thereby reduces the glare which comes across for anything which is there in the white screen. So right now I have activated it with the shortcut which has been given, and if I undo it, this is what looks like. So let me show you something. So here is what I was referring to. So this is basically the usual site that I go through, and in the night when it is dim and dark, this reflection hits my eye and it strains my eye a lot. But with twilight on, you can see the difference, and you can reduce the dimness, or you can also reduce the redness of the screen with various settings which are there in twilight. So a pretty good and an interesting app. I would certainly recommend people who are reading in the dark, who use their mobile phone at the time when they are sleeping, or at the time when they are going to bed. I think this is the best app to go ahead and look at. And the final app that I have is Greenify. Yes, this is a pretty interesting app. It's a simple and a minimalistic app which hibernates all of your background applications which you select in the background, and thereby helping you not to strain your phone on from a battery perspective, and thereby going ahead and improving your battery life. So Greenify is again a very light application. You can go ahead and select various applications that you want to hibernate. So for example, if I want to hibernate Nova 3, that's a game which I want to hibernate along with the other apps. And once when I press this button ZZZ, in the background it tries to close all the applications which are running, and make sure that all those applications are hibernated. This is the shortcut key for hibernate. So currently it says no applications needs to be hibernated. This certainly helps in improving the battery life, and helps in making sure that in the background there's no unwanted applications which are running without your permission. So these were the best Android apps for September. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, please smash that like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. This is Kevin signing off.